The story I'm about to tell you is how I, Huey P. Newton, the Black Panther Party founder, was set free into a prison.
Hi, Tiffany. My name is Ruben Peralta from Cucalecas.net. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great. Um, Watching the show, I really like how Hugh's relationship with women is, and for being like a this violent person
Mm.
and a mainstream person, I like how he behaves around women. And I wondered if you had any guidance by the writer or directors on Hugh's personality with women.
Yeah, I mean, actually, Andre and I, who plays Huey, had a lot of conversations about like his dynamic with Gwen, and I think it was really important to him, to Andre, that you show different sides of him and that you show a gentler side to him. And I think Gwen is that opportunity for him to show that he, is a vulnerable person. It's like I think she's just like a mirror to him, right? So you're able to see the truest form of Huey, I think, when you see them together, and that was important for both of us.
Something important also that I noticed, it's the costume and the hairstyle is very important
Hmm.
because the 70s and beginning of the 80s, basically, they're easy identifiable.
Yeah.
And how was that processing? If you were part of those decisions or they accept recommendations or how that works, because honestly I have no clue how those decisions work.
Yeah, I mean, I've done other projects in the 70s before, so I've like really kind of I've got a good grasp on the style, but I think specifically playing Gwen Fontaine, who was a real person, there's pictures of her, not a lot, but there's pictures of her that helped influence the decisions we made about her hair and her makeup and her clothes. So working with the costume designer and head of hair and head of makeup, we were all very particular. I was especially particular about the shape of her afro because she had a very like particular shape to her afro that I think framed her face really well. So like every day I put on the wig, I'd be like, okay, we just need a little bit more in the sides here. That's how I feel like Gwen.
Do do you think that this kind of story like we could have told these stories 20 years ago on a platform like Apple, because this story is gonna be watching over 100 countries,
Mm.
and I wonder why it takes us like too long to tell these stories about Huey, about because I knew about Black Panthers, but I
Mm-hmm.
didn't know how important they were for the community. So
Yeah.
I wonder why it took so long to tell a story like this, because just 3 years ago we saw another Black Panther story, and
Yeah.
I feel that we are now telling these stories for a reason.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I don't have the answer to that. I don't know what took so long. I don't know what takes so long. I know that Jim and Josh, who've been working on this project, have been working on it for a really, really long time, trying to get it to come. Some projects just take a long time to get made. I think it's a delicate story, right? Like you're balancing this action, adventure, comedy with some really serious material. And I think people also want to be really protective over Huey's legacy and over the legacy of the Black Panthers. So I think people are kind of careful when you start telling a Black Panther story. So I think that's part of what took so long. But I'm glad they were finally able to, get it done and we get to share it with all of these countries who maybe haven't heard the story.
We're gonna beat the Beverly Hills Seven, man.
They call you that after you're arrested.